So in this video, I'm just going to do a little demo of Experience Builder. It's a pretty expansive product, so we can't go like in detail. It would take a couple weeks just on that one product alone. But I'm logged into ArcGIS Online. I've already clicked on content. I've activated my demos folder. Don't think it really listens to this one, but we'll see. We can usually move it around afterwards in that. And I'm going to go create app. And I actually got to scroll down a little bit to find Experience Builder. Yeah. And so my site, I cleaned up my site and that sort of thing to make it look, this is what it should look like when you come in. You won't have anything because it'll be your first time. And you go create new, and they have a whole bunch of existing templates that you can pick from in that, or different ways of, are you looking for a map-centric, a dashboard-centric, web page-centric website kind of thing. You can use Experience Builder, that's the whole thing, to create lots of different experiences. They could have a map, they may not have a map, and that sort of thing. Do notice the WAB Classic, Web App Builder Classic. So these are some of the templates or classic designs that you can find in Web App Builder. So you can still, if you know of a Web App Builder one you like, you can still use Experience Builder because they've pre-built the templates for you. I'm going to pick map-centric in that, and I think I will pick Ribbon. Ribbon's not bad. A lot of these, like quick navigation, these things down the sides are often bookmarks. Ribbon is a bookmark. Jewelbox could be a bookmark, or could be by feature in that. I'm just surprised at how many of these actually have bookmarks. So my advice would be, if you make a map in ArcGIS Online, or if you make it in Pro and publish it, do generate some bookmarks, because then it can slide into the controls. So I'm going to create a ribbon one. In that, I will try, it didn't give it a name, I'll try to give it a name. I didn't get to pick a directory either in that. So the Experience Builder site is kind of off on the side and I would say after making these, you still have to figure out in ArcGIS Online where you want to put them in that. Otherwise, just go to your root folder, and your root folder can get out of control pretty quickly in that. So I'll call this GIST 7130 and 10, and I'll call it I'll go dem _02, demo 2 in that. So where do you start in Experience Builder? Usually over here. A lot of these controls need data. Okay, and where do you get data? The operating unit is usually a map. Okay, and if it's something like a chart, then it's a layer in that map. And you can have lots of maps, like lots of things, or even just standalone tables. That's allowed in that. And so I can go add data. And so when I go add data, notice it shows me my content. And what's my content? Maps, right? So this is this AGO web map that we talked about in the lecture, or we'll talk about depending when you watch this demo in that. So I'm going to pick, I have a fire hydrants online. I know I put some bookmarks in there. So I'm going to select that one, and I'm going to go done. And that. Now, hey, my map didn't update. That's true. So I need to click on the map and then say select the map. It puts a default base map in there for me, which my beef is that's actually a layer in that. So I'll go for fire hydrants, and you'll see the map change in that. And so there's, like I said, there are a lot of things in Web App Builder. But the key is, how do I get a map on? Data, right? But data could also be a table. It could also be a layer that you've published as well. It makes sense for a map control to put a map into it. Might be stating the obvious, but there are going to be other controls, web controls, that you can plug a table into or a layer into. So I'm going to go back to the page, right? And then there's this second part. So they have like a sidebar, but then they have like what's the first part of your app? Well, it's this main mapping area. The second part is a bookmark ribbon on the bottom. Now it comes pre-populated with a whole bunch of bookmarks. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to allow the user to make their own. I just use the ones that are in my web map, right? And we'll go over the AGO web map, I believe later in lecture, and it's quite a large object with quite a few things in it. So what they do is, so that you can see this control working, they generate a whole bunch of bookmarks for you. They're like dummy bookmarks or placeholders, and then you can go in and customize them if your map doesn't have any. So I find deleting from the bottom is more stable, right? That could be an interface thing. You can start to see mine sliding in. Where are they coming from? They're coming from the map, right? That's that map I set earlier. In that, I still got one more to delete. Did it go? It did. Now I'm going to save this back. And there's a preview button here, and then you can publish when you're done. So I'm going to preview. You are free in my labs to use Experience Builder if you want. It just dropped. They've been teasing it for the last few years. It kind of really just officially got dropped quickly, and I would say, yeah, 2022 is when it became real. In that, right after Christmas. In that, so you can preview this, and we'll take a look. In that, and so this is just some fire hydrants that we're collecting. Some of these have attachments, some don't. That's not part of this particular app, right? That's a pop-up in that. But I do have these bookmarks pre-built, and basically that's what that ribbon does. But you'll find in a lot of the templates, there's a little bookmark thing in that. So I think it's a good idea if I was a JS person, and we were in the business of making these AGO maps that people were going to use for app, I would populate them with a few bookmarks just so that people could see that it's working, and then you got to make a decision on whether they add their own or not. So that was just a little brief introduction to Experience Builder. It does a lot of stuff, right? There's even some dashboard components to it. And so will it be the new tool where we use to make dashboards? Maybe, we'll see. Although that technology is in another stream in ArcGIS Online. It's on its 3rd generation. It's quite mature, works quite well. There's still some pieces missing. And there's even more functionality being added to dashboards called data expressions. So I don't see it getting phased out soon in that. But there is some overlap in the technology, which happens all the time. In that, people probably want I want to design my web apps, my dashboards in the same way, the same manner. That could be some pressure internally from customers. But I just want to show you quickly the ribbon template. So basically, if you have a map with some bookmarks and you just want people to zoom around, do notice that attachments are supported. Whatever concepts are in the geodatabase are supported almost through all the apps in that. So we'll stop that there and wrap it. That's all for now.